You're receiving communication today from someone who seems very generous, but can we trust it? The overall energy for this reading is the Knight of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. So Knight of Swords, he's a deliverer of messages. This is incoming communication. So someone is sending you a message today, probably, or if not today, maybe tomorrow, but like really soon, okay? And it's an offer that seems very generous, or it's a communication that seems very generous. The Six of Pentacles is about giving. It's about being very charitable. It's about kindness, and it's about finding balance. So I feel like this is someone that maybe seemed less balanced in their communication with you, or less giving. And today they're coming in with some kind of offer, some kind of gift, some kind of, kindness that they want to give to you. So in the past, I feel like you've been dealing with a lot of immature energy here. We start off the reading in the recent past with the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords, 2 pages. So the Page of Wands is fire sign energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius could be important. And Page of Swords is air sign energy. So Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini could be important. But more than that, they're youthful energies, right? The pages are like almost like children, okay? Or they operate from a very childlike place. The Page of Wands is interesting creativity and exploration and just learning new things and doing new stuff and going to on new adventures, right? The Page of Swords is interested in intellectual pursuits. Is just very intellectually curious, right? It also can indicate online in modern times, but I just feel like you've been probably meeting a lot of people who operate from a less than mature position. Because I think you're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles here. The Queen of Pentacles is the archetype of the good mom. So I feel like it might have been a kind of a pattern for you in the past that you seem to kind of attract very youthful energies to you, and then you end up kind of almost parenting them a bit. This sort of feels like, and maybe it's very specifically like younger people, younger love interests, but it doesn't actually have to be age-wise. It can just be kind of mentality-wise. The pages can indicate some immature communication and some immature approaches to passions or desires. So I feel like you've maybe you've been doing some online dating and you keep coming across people who are just not really ready for a real. And the Queen of Pentacles, she's very abundant. She knows how to take care of herself, take care of her home, take care of her family, take care of her community. And I think you just kind of like over it with this sort of youthful, not ready to settle down, can't we just have some fun, baby, type energy. Because currently your guard is way up, okay? When we see the Nine of Wands, that indicates that you've really been through the ringer. You feel sort of beat up by the universe. And you stay hopeful. You want to try things again. And you could do one more round, but you're skeptical. And it sounds like rightly so. So I think what's going on is you're getting yet another offer that on the surface seems very generous, but you recognize it as one that is from someone who just really can't handle a relationship at this point. They just don't have the bandwidth for it. In fact, they deal a lot in their ego. Because the next card we have is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a very selfish energy. You see how he's sitting here just like holding his 2 swords. These 2 guys, they're done with the fight. this guy looks like he's crying in the back here. They've thrown their swords down. He's taken some weapons. You know, he has too many weapons over here. And he's just like smirking at them like, ha ha ha, I got you. It's like that immature, like, my way or the highway, or like, you know, it's sort of this competitiveness, this need for control. And I think, you know, sometimes when we get people who are kind of in and out, or sort of immature in their communication, or immature about their approaches to life, and they keep turning to you as like mommy, or like the person who's going to solve all their issues, it's a form of manipulation. And I think you're really starting to recognize that, and that's why you've got your guard up, because you're like, this person is talking to me today, offering me something. Is that a thing I can really trust? I think you kind of see through this offer and see through who they actually are. And you're like, I deserve better. I deserve better than this. And fair enough, I think you do. Because I think at this point you're like, nah, I ain't settling for no pages no more. I need me a king, right? And a romantic king. So the King of Cups, he is incredibly empathetic. He is balanced. He is, you know, he knows how to deal with his emotions effectively. He has a very high emotional IQ, but he also knows how to be very logical. He knows how to plan things as well. Now, this isn't necessarily an exact match to the Queen of Pentacles, but I think at this point you're just interested in someone who can be a benefactor, someone who will be very kind, will be very generous, and who will be able to stand on their own 2 feet, right? Could be a masculine water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, doesn't have to be. If your feminine energy out there might be like, I don't need none of these boys. I need me a man at this point. And so I think you're just like, you're stepping into this energy of like, I know what I deserve, and I ain't putting up with the nonsense no more. Like, either you're here to support me so that I can support and love you, or you're not. And I don't really want to hear from you if you're not. Because I think if you do accept this offer that you're receiving today, this communication, I think you already kind of know this, but what's coming up is you're going to kind of lose yourself again, right? You know, when we have these energies that are very youthful, that are turning to you as like provider in a way, right? Turning to you to kind of care for them like their mommies. It's draining. It's absolutely draining, and you end up losing yourself. You end up losing who you are. And so I feel like if you were to accept whatever this communication is, accept whatever this offer is, you're going to find that you lose yourself again. Because pages, they don't have a lot of staying power. They are going to kind of just leave you left out in the cold, right? They're, you know, Page of Wands can be a little hit it and quit it. When we see the Five of Pentacles, it's this energy of lack. Like, well, I guess this is all I deserve, right? And I feel like these kinds of energies, these masculine energies, they're less mature than you. They kind of put you into that lack mentality where you're like, well, I guess that's all there's out there. There's no actual King of Cups or King of Pentacles or kings anymore. It's just these little pages who are going to bother me on Hinge. And that's lack mindset, right? And I think accepting this is going to put you right back into that energy. And we don't want to be back in that energy. In fact, getting back into that energy is going to lead us to a tower moment. The tower is destruction of a foundation. The foundation crumbling away. Kind of the rug being pulled out from under us. So I feel like this today's reading is a little bit of a warning, right? Don't necessarily trust this incoming communication. Trust your instinct. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. Because I think you really just see right through this, and you need to go with that. If it's not 100% yes from you, it's a no today, okay? When this comes in for you. Because you don't necessarily have to be taken down by like a tower moment. We don't have to relapse into this cycle that kind of keeps happening. We can continue on our journey by just saying, thank you. That was very kind, but no thanks. Because the advice is to really maintain your emotional independence, really lean into what makes you happy, and just remain unaffected by this. Instead, lean into what brings you joy. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. So our advice essentially is, you can find happiness within, so go ahead and lean into that joy. And don't give this fool a second thought. Because you deserve your king, honey, if you're going to be in a relationship. Don't settle for less. All right, if you'd like a personal reading from me, please do check the description below. If you'd like the extended version of this reading, please check the description.